Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hello, everybody. Hey, so I hope you have just followed the submission process that we shared, and you all are all excited for today's class. Yes, I see all of you saying hello, ma'am. So, hi, everybody. I hope all of you are doing really, really well and enjoying the classes and the creative classes or the hobby classes on YOLO. And we are yet to another class today. We have gathered all together for another class, and this is precisely the fourth class of our Mandala Art Series. And there's something really, really exciting in today's class. So I can't just hold my excitement. I quickly need your thumbs up if you're ready with your art materials and excited for today's class as well. Quickly give me a thumbs up. Till then, I'll share the screen and we'll discuss in detail about the art materials as well. So don't just worry about it. Just quickly give me a thumbs up if you're ready with the art materials and all excited for the class as well. Quickly give me a thumbs up and I'll just share the screen. Okay. So I hope you can see the screen now. And I see the thumbs ups coming in as well. Okay, so without any further ado, just let's dive into the fun activity of today. So, first things first, we are all going to discuss the art materials that we need. So, pay careful attention to this. First, we need an A5 size white drawing sheet. As we know, if we just fold our A4 sizes into half, we can just make use of one part of it, that is nothing but an A5 size. In case you don't have a white sheet, white drawing sheet, you can make use of a colored sheet that you have. And in case you don't have any of these, you can use your notebook papers as well. Okay. So don't worry if you don't have the exact white drawing sheet in the exact size. You can make use of any of the substitutes that I've just shared. Okay, so any color paper, and if you don't have a plain paper, you can also make use of a ruled paper from your notebooks. Okay, second material that we need is a pencil. So this is a normal pencil, drawing pencil that I have. And carefully listen to me. This is the most important art material of this class. So just make sure that all of you are having a pencil with you. So we need pencil for making the rough sketches, and there's something more exciting that we are going to do with this pencil in this class. So just make sure that all of you have a pencil which is nice, sharpened. Okay, that's the second material. The third that we need is a scale. So even if you have a smaller scale or you have a longer scale, any size of it doesn't matter. Just a scale that we need to draw nice clean lines. So that's the third material. The fourth, or yes, the fourth that we need is these colorful sketch pens. So everybody knows that I make use of these tiny cute sketch pens that I have. In case you don't have these same colorful sketch pens, you can also make use of a regular ballpoint pen or a gel pen as well. Okay, so don't worry if you don't have the exact art materials. I've already shared those substitutes to these art materials, and I think all of you must be having the basic of these materials or the substitutes as I share. And that's it. That's all that we need in today's class. And we are all set to dive into the fun activity. So just carefully listen to me for a moment. In this class, I'll be first sharing the process. So step by step, we'll go step by step. The moment I say all of you observe the step first or observe the process first, just make sure that you're keeping your pencils down or whatever material that you have down. You're observing the process that I do on your screen. And then when I replay or recap the same process, you can draw along with me. So I'll be just sharing when to draw and when to observe. So just make sure that you're carefully listening to me when I say that. And that's it, I guess. That's the only thing that we need, and you'll have super fun in this activity. Okay? So, first things now, carefully observe what I do, and then when I recap, you can draw along with me. Okay? So, first, I'm just going to take the scale and the pencil. Now, just slightly at the top central portion of the sheet, I'm drawing a dot. So if you see, this is the top portion of the sheet, and slightly at the center, just roughly at the center, I'm drawing a tiny dot over here. So if you can see the cursor moving there, I've just drawn a dot at that place. Okay, and then I'm just going to draw another dot at the side of it. So if you see just at the side, I'm drawing another dot. So if you see first dot at the top central portion, the second was slightly towards the other side, towards the left side of it. So that's the left side, and the same to be connected with the help of a scale. Just join these two dots with the help of a pencil. Okay. So now all of you can take your pencils and your scales, and now you can draw along with me. Okay. So just take your pencils, your scales, smaller ones, larger ones. First, at the top central portion, you'll need to mark a dot. Slightly on the left side of it, you need to mark a dot again, such that it is diagonal to it. Okay. And now, if you see, we have two dots on the paper. We're just going to connect these two dots. Okay. So I hope you all have drawn these two dots now. And then you can take your scale and you can connect these two dots. Okay. Okay. So again, keep your pencils down now. First observe. After you have drawn these dots and connected them with the help of a diagonal line, you need to mark the same dot on the opposite side as well. So this may not be exactly the same size of it, but roughly, which is falling on the opposite side, I'm just going to draw a dot. And then again, I connect these two dots with the help of a line. Okay. So now again, all of y'all can just take your materials and draw along. So first we draw this diagonal line to connect the first two dots. Then just on the opposite side of the second dot, we draw another dot, and then we just connect the two markings with the help of a diagonal line, with the help of a slant line again. So this is what you all should have in front of your eyes and on your paper right now. Okay? So I'm going really simple with the first initial process now. I hope you have all followed it up till here. Let's move to the next step now. Okay? So again, all of y'all can keep your pencils down and first observe. Okay? So now, just at the bottom portion of it, if you see, I'm just going to keep this aside and just slightly towards the bottom portion of this particular marking, I'm drawing another dot. Okay? And the same on the opposite side. Okay? And now again, I'm just going to connect these markings the same on the opposite side as well. Okay. And now the last, connecting these two markings. Okay. So carefully observe this. Don't worry, I'm repeating the process again just in a moment. First, just observe this process. Okay. So I've just joined these two markings as well. So all of you all can now take your materials and you all can draw along with me. So here we go. Just a quick recap so that you can draw along. We just make another marking below the previous one, same on the opposite side as well, and then we connect these two markings again with the help of a line. Okay, and the same on the opposite side as well, same on the opposite side, and now lastly the bottom two markings with the help of a horizontal line. Okay, so just connecting these two dots again. Okay, okay. If you see, we have just drawn the shape, and the shape is called as a pentagon. Okay, I repeat, the shape is called as a pentagon. It has five sides. Okay, so if you count, that's one edge, one side. This is the second one, the third, the fourth, and the bottom fifth away. So it has five sides to it, and the shape is called as a pentagon. Okay, now I hope you have all drawn this pentagon shape up till now. I hope this whole pentagon shape is ready in front of your eyes. Now, inside this pentagon shape, roughly at the center portion, if you see, I'm drawing another dot. So this is roughly the center portion of the pentagon that I have drawn. You all can again draw along with me this time. So I'm just keeping this aside again. Roughly at the center portion of this pentagon, I'm drawing a dot. Now, this time again, that's a simple process. You all can draw along with me. You all need to start just connecting these dots. The dots that we made previously, if you see over here, we have these five dots already ready over here, right? We have five dots when we made the markings. We are just going to connect these dots with the center dot now, okay, with the help of a curved line. But if you see, I'm just drawing a curved line to connect the two dots. Okay, same on the other side with the help of a curved line. Okay, don't worry, I'll repeat the process in case you have not followed. We just connect the outer dots with the central dot. Okay, okay. If you see, all we have done is connected the outer dots, the outer markings that we drew for drawing the shape with the central dot now. So here's a quick recap for you. Just drawing a central dot first, and then we just connect the outer markings, the outer boundary markings to the central with the help of a curved line. So if you see, I'm just drawing a curved line. I'm not drawing a straight line. I'm not using a scale, just freehand and a curved line. Okay, just a curved line. Okay, just the same process for all the markings that we have, and I draw a curved line. Okay, that's the fourth curved line, and then we have the fifth curved line. You should have five sides to your shape, and the curved lines that we have connected to the central marking, the central dot, should also be five in count. So you have five sides and you have five curved lines which are connected to the center. Okay, so I hope all of you have drawn up till now, and we have a rough sketch ready for the fun activity now. So that's the rough sketch ready, and you all can just get started with sketch pens now. Okay, so let's get started with colors and our most favorite part of this activity. Okay, so I'm just going to make use of a pink color first. I'm starting with one curved line. I start by outlining one curved line, and the one below it, just on the outer side, I give the outline. So if you see, that's the benefit of drawing with pencil first, right? So I always keep repeating this process that you need to draw with pencil first, so that in case you end up making any mistake, you can rectify those mistakes with the help of an eraser. So here, since we already drew it with pencil, it is easier for us to just overdraw it with, colorful sketch pens or ballpoint pens or ink pens or whatever you are using. Okay, so that's how I've just given an outline. Here's a quick recap. You don't have to give an outline to all the curved lines. So just make sure that you are going step by step with me. So I just give an outline to the first curved line only. And then just to one side, the adjoining side that we have, I'm just going to give an outline to that section. Okay. Now, just the outer section, the outer edge that we have. If you see this slant line, I'm just leaving a little bit of gap and drawing the same slant line, which is parallel to the outer edge, the outer side of it. Okay. And then I'm just going to fill in these simple lines running in between the gaps. Okay. So here's a quick recap. So this is the outline that we gave first to the curved line and one side of it. Then we leave a little bit of gap and draw the same diagonal line which is parallel to the side of the pentacle. The gap that we have, we fill it with vertical lines. If you want to make use of any other pattern, you can also make use of that. But this time I'm just making a simple design with the help of these vertical lines. Okay. So just make sure that you're staying within this area only and not moving beyond that. Okay. So if you see, I've just drawn this parallel line to the side and I'm just filling it with simple vertical lines and I'm staying within this section only. I'm not moving out of this section. Now just follow the same process. Just leave a little bit of gap, draw the same line, and just drawing another line in between. This time you can just make use of your own patterns if you wish to. Just make sure that your lines, your slant lines are parallel to the outer edge of the pentagon. Okay. So again, just leaving a little bit of gap and drawing another slant line. And again, this time we'll fill it with circles. Okay. So I'm just filling it with circles. So you can just make this space, make use of this space with your own choice of patterns if you need. Okay, I'm just going to use basic simple patterns so that it's easy for you to catch up with. Just simple circles. Just leaving a little bit of gap again and drawing two slant lines. The gap in between, I'm just filling it up with the help of vertical lines. Here's a quick recap for anybody who didn't follow up till here. I've just drawn these parallel lines which are parallel to the edges of the pentagon, and I'm just simply filling them with random patterns which are simple yet intricate. Okay, don't worry, you need not rush the process. It's totally fine if you work at your own pace, your own speed. Okay? Don't just rush the process. It's totally fine if you have a slower speed or something like that. Just make sure that you're staying within the section only. You're not moving out of the shape. This time I'm drawing simple oval shape over here inside the gap. Same up to the center now. Okay. So if you see, we have one section of it ready with the patterns now. So all we are going to do is follow the same set of patterns or the same way of drawing patterns to the other sections as well. So if you see, these are five sections that we have. This is the first section, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. So all of these sections that we have created, we are just going to fill them with the help of patterns. We have just completed one of the section with the help of patterns, and we'll now move to the next one. We'll make use of a different color for the next section. I'm making use of a violet color over here. That's a purple color. In case you don't have a purple color, you can make use of a blue color as well. Okay. So following the same process now. First, I'm going to give an outline to the curved line. Then I'm going to just give an outline to the boundary of the shape. Now we draw parallel lines which are parallel to the boundary of the pentagon, right? So see how I just draw this simple line which is parallel to the boundary or the edge of the pentagon. Again, just drawing the same vertical lines running between the gaps. Just make sure that you're creating enough gaps in between so that you can fill patterns into it. Okay. Simple straight lines in between. Then just leaving a little more gap. You're just free to choose the patterns. If you want to doodle inside it, you can simply draw any pattern that you want. So I'm just drawing these spirals now. It's a fun activity when you have your own choice of patterns on your paper. Just let your creativity out and do not rush the process and stay within the section only. Okay, that's the next one coming now. Okay, and I'm going to draw circles this time. So once you get hang of it, you understand that you have to draw lines which are parallel to the edge, the task seems to be much easier. The activity seems to be much easier now. Yes, so I'm just not repeating the step over here because I'm just making use of simple patterns, simple ones, just basic ones, because by now I think all of you would have mastered the techniques of pattern making by the previous three classes that we have of our Mandala Art Series. So hence I'm not just repeating the patterns, and I'm just giving you your own free will to choose the patterns that you want. Just make sure again that you stay within the section only, and we just move towards the central portion. The moment we move towards the central portion, there's only little bit of gap left to fill the patterns. Yes? Okay. So we have our second section done as well. Let's move to the next section now. I'm going to make use of an orange color. In case you don't have an orange color, you can also make use of a red color if you need. Okay. Just following the same process again. First giving an outline to the curved line, and then the edge of the pentagon, and now drawing lines which are parallel to the edge. Okay. So if you see, I'm just drawing the basic vertical lines in between, simple vertical lines in between. Okay. Again, just drawing two parallel lines, then filling the gap with the help of pattern. This time I'm just making use of the zigzag pattern, and I'll draw tiny triangles in between. In case you don't have enough space to fill in these triangles, you can completely skip this. So since I used another set of pattern over here, here's a quick recap for you. So just drawing simple zigzag lines, and now you can see we have triangles. So inside these triangles, you can just draw tiny triangles if there's enough space. If there's no space, you need to skip the process, okay? Leaving a little bit of gap, drawing two parallel lines again, and just my own choice of patterns where I draw these curved lines. The same on the next set of patterns. And now it's almost towards the center. We are done. So we have three sections ready now with patterns, and the same for the next as well. So I'm making use of a dark blue color now. So the process remains the same. We first give an outline to the curved section, and then to the outer edge of the pentagon, we draw a line which is parallel to the edge of the pentagon, and we fill it with patterns. So this time I'm drawing diagonal lines as patterns, simple diagonal lines. If you see, I've used simple set of patterns in this class. You can also make use of flower petal shape or leaf shape if you would like to. That's totally up to you. But I'm just going to make simple patterns this time. So just drawing these circles now. Okay. We just keep repeating this process of drawing these patterns till we reach the central portion of it. Okay. Just till we reach the central portion of it, we keep drawing the patterns. Okay. We're almost there towards the center now. I'm just making use of simple patterns as I said, and that's the reason I'm not repeating it much because I think by now it would be easy to follow up because it's really simple to draw the simple patterns that I've done over here. So just moving to the central portion now. Okay, so I'm done with four of the sections now, and we are on to the last one. And this time we'll have to only outline the edge of it, just the edge of the pentagon. And I'm making use of a red color. In case you don't have a red color, you can make use of a green color also. Okay, so just following the same process of drawing patterns again. Similar patterns, just drawing lines parallel to the sides with a little bit of gap in between to fit in some patterns. Simple circles inside these two parallel lines. Okay, and as I said, there's no need to rush the process. In case you have not finished it up till here or you're not along with me in the process, it's totally fine. You can still complete it after this class ends and then make your submissions, but make sure that you're completing your artworks before you make your submissions. Okay, so just simple lines running in between and drawing the patterns again. Okay. Simple zigzag lines and then simple circles. And we're almost towards the center now. Okay. So if you see, I've just completed 5 of these sections with complete patterns now. Carefully listen to me. As I said, if you have not completed filling it up with patterns by now, it's totally fine. But there's something more that we have to do to this artwork now. And that's the most exciting part of this class. So wherever you are up till now, even if you have not completed giving the patterns to this section, it's totally fine. Just observe this process, this simple trick, and then you can just apply this to your artworks as well. Okay, so if you have finished your artwork, you have finished giving the patterns, you can draw along with me, you can carry out the next process with me. In case you have not completed the artworks up till now, it's totally fine. You can just observe the process, and then when you're done completely with the patterns, you can then follow the same process. Okay. Now, the next process is that we need our pencils. If you remember, I did make a clear announcement that a pencil is going to be the most crucial part of this class as well. So, all of you just need to take your pencils now and just take your pencils and just the curved lines that we have connected to the center. So if you see, this is the curved line which we have connected to the center. Just on this curved line, we are just going to draw a thick pencil line. Just don't make it too dark. Just softly run your pencils on the curved lines, on all the curved lines, but a little thicker. So we just draw thick lines about the curved lines and then just make use of your finger, and we're just going to rub our finger about this thick line of pencil that we have drawn. So this technique that we are applying over here is called as smudging. When we use our fingers or any other tool to just blend the pencil lines with the paper to make it look smooth, it is nothing but called as smudging. And we are just making use of the same technique, just drawing the same thick lines on the other curved line, and then we make use of a finger and rub our finger over the curved line to blend it with the paper and give it a soft look. Okay, just make sure that you're not applying too much of pressure while drawing the thick lines, and also while rubbing those lines with the help of your finger, because you will end up tearing the page in that case. Okay, so just be simple and light with the pencil lines and with your fingers as well. Just follow the same technique to all the curved lines as well. Just the same technique to all the curved lines. Okay, just the same technique to the curved lines that we have drawn. So just draw thicker graphite lines, thicker pencil lines, and then rub your finger over those thick lines and just blend it nicely with the paper. Just be smooth and slow with the process. If you see, I've just given those thick pencil lines and I've just completed rubbing those pencil lines with the help of my finger. And now I'm going to repeat the same process to the outer edge as well. So if you see, I've just drawn this thicker line. Here's a quick recap for you. Just drawing a thicker line outside the edge, one edge of the pentagon, and then I just smudge it with the help of my finger. I move my finger over the graphite line, over the pencil line, and I blend it. The same procedure to be applied at all the sides now. So just a thick pencil line, and then I just shade it. I just rub my finger over that thick pencil line and blend it with the paper. Yes. So this is the most exciting and fun element of this class. We'll understand why we are doing this when I give you a different view of this work. But just for now, just carry out this process. Just simply draw thick lines, thick pencil lines, and start rubbing them with the help of your fingers on the top sections as well now. Okay, there we go. And then just rubbing it with the help of my finger. So I'm not being too harsh, I'm not applying too much pressure, just simple, smooth pressure on the pencil lines. The same on the last edge, last side of it, and then just rubbing it. Okay. If you see, I've just completed giving this graphite lines and I've completed smudging it nicely. And if you see the top view of it, look at the way I'm holding the sheet right now. So if you just have a top view to it, it looks as if it's lifting it from the paper. This pentagon shape is wholly lifted up from the paper. So this is the technique that we use to make it look 3D. The moment we gave those pencil lines and we did the smudging technique, it was nothing but we were just giving an additional shadow effect to our artwork. So the moment we give a shadow effect to our artwork, it gives a different dimension to our artwork. And that's what we call it as a 3D or nothing but a three-dimensional artwork. If you just have a look at this in this way, all towards the side, you just feel that this whole pentagon shape and the patterns are lifting it up from the paper, thereby giving it a 3D look. Yes, so I hope you have all just followed this process, followed this technique up till now. And that was our class for today. I hope you all enjoyed making this 3D illustration, this 3D Zentangle illustration with me. And I'm going right away to check all of your submissions. Just make sure that you have completed your artworks and making your submissions on time. Okay, so I'll see you in the next class with yet another fun activity. Till then, please take care of yourself and stay creative. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app